Friday is the perfect hood movie. When I say hood, I mean black. But hood just sounds better to me. I don't know. I just more distinguished, more demure.
Rob, shut up! Before I bust a cap up in your...
Okay. This movie is a classic from the visuals to the music soundtrack. I mean, you start off the movie with la da 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 la da da. Ron Isley, bro, from the Isley Brothers. One of the most distinct, soothing, and soulful voices of R&B ever. So you already start off the movie with great vibes. Now, speaking of music, we must ask the Deborah Cox question, how did we get here? Well, that's crazy to really think about because we got here, we got this cinematic masterpiece because of DJ Pooh and the co-writer of this movie, Ice Cube. Yes, Ice Cube. Ice Cube, by this time, was one of the most prominent, well-respected rappers within the culture. Going from the groundbreaking NWA to going solo to even debuting in acting by being in one of the most prolific movies ever in Boys in the Hood, R.I.P. John Singleton. And then he does all that to then becoming a screenwriter. I mean, we do not give enough props and flowers to Ice Cube and how he was able to be so versatile within entertainment. What Ice Cube was able to do in a short period of time from the late 80s to the mid 90s was unheard of. It was remarkable, bruh. What's even more remarkable is to know the reasoning behind why Ice Cube created the movie Friday. As Ice Cube and his crew in the mid to early 90s were on a mission to create a classic movie that was about the hood, but was also fun. He wanted to let the world know that, yeah, the hood has a lot of negativity and everything, but they also have a good time as well. I mean, when you think about the hood movies around this time, from Menace to Society, Juice, New Jack City, to Boys in the Hood, even Do the Right Thing. Of course, all these movies had a message. It had some fun parts, but mostly it was submerged in black trauma, from shootings to killings to police brutality, drugs, death, things that were plaguing the black community that we needed to overcome and, of course, address. So then we get to Friday, the movie created by Ice Cube, which stands out from all the other movies around this time because of one simple word: relatability. This movie resonates not only with the culture, but stands the test of time because even though we had your house parties and your Sister Act 2s, these movies still felt a little bit over the top and a little bit unrealistic, if I must say. Meanwhile, Friday feels like an everyday common movie for people that have been in the hood, around the hood, knows anything about the hood. Somewhere, somehow, we can resonate and relate to any of these moments, scenes, and characters within the movie. And what makes it more dope is the setting of the movie stays in one place, a simple neighborhood in California. It doesn't go all over the place. It stays in one specific place, one neighborhood, really mostly one house, and they're able to create different moments around this neighborhood that happens every day. Again, even if you're not from the hood, the characters in this movie alone is something that almost everyone has experienced, have interacted with, from the good-hearted lazy nigga to the over-the-top goofy best friend that will still hold you down, to the neighborhood crush that you grew up with, to the neighborhood bully, to the neighborhood crackhead, to the neighborhood drug dealer, the overbearing pops, the sweet yet shady moms, the annoying sibling, the teasing cougar, the raggedy ass kids that always messing with people, to the frontin' preacher. I mean, we've all, in some way, shape, or form, have experienced all these characters in this movie. And like I said, if you grew up or around black people, no matter where you're from, You've encountered this. You've lived this. You felt this. All these different scenes within this movie. That's what makes it so special. Every single character played their role to perfection, and it was essential in moving the story along effortlessly. So now let's actually talk about the story Friday. Craig gets scolded by his mom and his sister and his pops for losing his job on his day off. Got fired on his day off.
Why don't you get your ass up today? Go out and look for a job. The word today is job. J-O-B.
But following this, Craig goes on to chill with his homie, Smokey, who's over the top goofy, always got jokes, always got funny commentary, while they chill on the porch and go on about their Friday. Throughout the movie, Smokey is trying to get Craig to get high.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Now, Smokey is not only a pothead, he sells weed as well, which will prove to be problematic, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But first, Smokey must tell Craig about what happened not too long ago when Smokey was playing dice with the other friends around the neighborhood, Debo and them, and Red, who is kind of the neighborhood punk, allowed Debo, the neighborhood bully, to borrow his bike, and Red wanted his bike back, only to find out that following Smokey telling Craig this story, we will meet the rest of the cast of characters within the neighborhood. Smokey's mama, who definitely looks like she's an extra from Baps, which the house dynamic is a little slightly different from Craig's house, as the mama seems to be somewhat lazy herself, as Smokey even says it out his own mouth.
Get your ass up and cook. Or clean up or do something.
Hence why the mama probably doesn't care or even seems bothered that Smokey, her son, is selling weed. And this is where we learn that Smokey is getting high off his own supply.
How you gonna sell, bud? And you smoke? I don't know. That's my only problem.
A major no-no. Did you not hear the 10 crack commandments, Smokey? Well, actually, he probably didn't, because this movie came out before Life After Death. So, my bad, Smokey, my bad. But still, that's just not drug selling etiquette. You just don't do that. But Smokey's gonna be Smokey and do what he wants to do, and he don't care. Which again, will prove to be problematic. But following this, Smokey and Craig go on a store run, and this is where we meet Smokey! Ezell, the neighborhood crackhead, who's trying to badger Smokey and Craig for some money. And I love this line by Ezell.
Come on, man. What's about 40 ounces for my birthday? Today your birthday? What's today?
That's probably was an ad-lib. This probably wasn't even written. Again, just a great cast of characters in this movie. And even though Ezell is very annoying and persistent in trying to get some money, even tries to do a whole slip and fall in the store and fails miserably, tries to negotiate from like $100,000 to, I mean, just give me $1 in some envelopes. Like, what are you gonna do with $1 in some envelopes? But even in that, Smokey does buy Ezell a 40, which Ezell appreciates, and Smokey's like, nah. You're gonna clean my car later. You're gonna wash my car. And again, this shows the dynamic of the neighborhood, that even though you have annoying neighbors or annoying people within the neighborhood, you still look out for one another. So Smokey and Craig get home. Smokey tries to put his car in park, and it's having a hard time. Again, just random stuff that just hilarious that we might have experienced one time or two, unfortunately. Then we go from there to meeting Miss Parker.
Damn! Don't know. You need some young meat. Mr. Parker ain't in there right, man. Oh, she know what she doing with them little ass shorts on. She know we be looking.
After this, we get the legendary Bernie Mac, Pastor Mac, walking up on Smokey and Craig as Smokey's trying to roll up.
Excuse me, brother. What we call drugs is 74th Street Baptist Church. We call us sin. Well, around here, between Normandy and Weston, we call this here a little twin. Nigga.
And the pastor tries to be all preachy, tries to give the word, spread the word, but winds up spreading something else.
The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want. Excuse me, brother. Miss Parker, Miss...
And here comes Debo. Who? Debo. Again, the neighborhood bully that be scaring everybody. They got the background music sounding like Jaws. And he comes around always trying to steal people's stuff. Necklaces, wallets, jewelry, money, checking people's pockets. Just violating to the highest degree. And then Debo gets a smart idea. Why don't we try to rob Stanley since he's not currently home? So Smokey and Debo goes into Stanley's house, goes through the window. As Craig is the lookout, Stanley eventually comes home. And another great visual as Debo and Smokey are talking about what they got out the house, talking to Craig, and they pan over to Stanley, who's like, yo, and it almost makes you think, oh snap, did they get found out? No.
For the last time, would you please stay off my freaking grass? Please. All right, man, sorry.
Just not fake out. Again, just like, I love the pacing and the timing of this movie. It feels like you're on a real adventure. Something's always happening. So of course, Debo takes all the money that they took out the house, leaving Smokey with nothing. After this comes Felicia, another neighborhood crackhead. Felicia tries to borrow everything. Felicia tries to borrow VCRs, microwaves, cars. It's like, you want to borrow my car? What are you talking about? Get out of my face.
Most people want to borrow sugar, even ketchup. You want to borrow my car? Hell no. Craig. Bye, Felicia.
But after several attempts of Smokey trying to get Craig to smoke, he eventually folds and does smoke puff passes with Smokey. And now Craig is high.
Craig fucked up. You fucked up.
So they wind up chilling in the house for a little bit. And here comes Debbie, the love interest of Craig. Beautiful, beautiful Nia Long. Debbie winds up setting up Smokey with one of her friends, while Craig is trying to put on a little bit of game, and he's a little bit successful, but he's also still high. Doesn't quite work out the way he wants to, and plus he does have a hood rat girlfriend that is crazy as all hell and keeps calling the house every 5 minutes, and then eventually drops by. But here is the major conflict of the movie as Big Worm rolls up in an ice cream truck, and we see a nice little appearance by a young Megan Good, as Big Worm is a neighborhood drug dealer, and he's dealing drugs to Smokey, who is supposed to be selling it. But of course, as we know, Smokey is selling and smoking it, which creates a big problem, as Big Worm is like, well, I need either the weed or the money so I can do what I gotta do. And Smokey tries to count the money, flips it over again, just like, who thinks of doing that? Like, oh my God, I love this movie. And then he tries to cop please, try to tell this whole story of, well, Craig lost his job. We gotta, we just start smoking, getting fucked up. We try, just trying to figure this thing out and everything. And basically, Big Worm says, I don't give a damn about your problems. Either you give me my money or I'm smoking you and Craig. Now we got a problem, Houston. So for the rest of the movie, both Smokey and Craig is stressed the fuck out, as they should be, as now Big Worm is on a head tot, and they gotta come up with $200 to give to Big Worm by the end of the day. Craig goes for his gun, and this is where we get the great speech between him and his father, as Pops actually sees Craig going for his gun.
You kids are there nothing but punks. Sissified. So quick to pick up a gun. You're scared to take an ass whipping. This what makes you a man. When I was growing up, this was all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. And you think you're a man with a gun in your hand, don't you? I'm a man without it. Put the gun down. Come on, put up your dukes. Now you're a man.
And what's crazy is, Craig, who had his hood rat girlfriend over, almost had the money. But god dang Felicia walking around like, Craig. It's like, what, girl? And of course, since his hood rat girlfriend is crazy, she thinks, oh, I already seen you with Debbie, now I see you with Felicia. Oh, you trying to play me. You think I'm dumb. Oh, you think I'm dumb. Drives off. It's like, damn, Craig almost had it. Same thing for Smokey. Smokey almost had it. Smokey feels a way about being catfished and goes over to Debbie's house. And this is where he finds out that Debo is staying the night.
Debo doing over here? Oh, he's there asleep with Felicia. Felicia fucking Debo too? Could you mind your own business?
But Smokey gets the smart idea to try to see if Debo is asleep so he can take that $200 that they stole from Stanley. But again, the crackheads in this movie mess up everything, as now Ezell sees an open window, is trying to rob.
Fuck it, get the hell out of here. All right, man. Look at owe me $2. Get the hell out of here.
And so Smokey doesn't quite get the job done of stealing the money out of Debo's pants. Meanwhile, they still haven't come up with the money. They almost get shot up. They do get shot up as Big Worm does a drive-by, and somehow they make it out of it. They escape. And after hearing the shots, everybody in the neighborhood comes outside like, what's going on? Mama Jones, Craig's mama, goes to Debo, and Debo's like, I ain't seen him. I don't know where he at. But it's here to where Debbie confronts Debo about putting hands on Felicia. He whooped the shit out of Felicia. Bad. Some Ike Turner type, like bad. And Debbie stands up for her sister, for herself, for the neighborhood. Like, everybody can be afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. If I was a nigga, I would knock your ass out, putting your hands on my sister. I should whoop your ass. And then Debo lays hands on Debbie, which brings in Craig to be like, yo, you tripping. That's a female. Again, no matter what's going on, the neighborhood still has a code. The community still has a code. You don't put no hands on females, even though with everything going on, like we don't condone that. And so Craig stands up to Debo and even pulls out the Thule. And again, his pops has to calm and talk him off the ledge because he could ruin his life forever.
Think you're a man with a gun in your hand, don't you? I'm a man without it. Give me the gun. Give me the gun.
And so they fight. They have a real world star type of fight. It feels like ECW 1997, using trash cans and bricks and cars. And eventually, even though Debo does get one up on him, he gets too cocky and Craig fights back and gets the best of Debo, knocks him out. And now he's the neighborhood hero. Not only that, he defended himself, and now he got the girl. Talk about a 3-1 comeback like the Cavs and Golden State Warriors, nigga. Because Craig was down and outside. I ain't gonna hold you. They gonna put him in a sleeper hole. Put him in a Roddy Piper sleeper hole. He was night-night, nigga. Wanna go night-night, nigga? We can go night-night, nigga. That nigga was night-night, nigga. And somehow rose up like the Undertaker and came back. After all that, Craig becomes the neighborhood hero. Smokey steals back the $200 that they stole from Stanley to pay Big Worm, and all's well that ends well, ending with Smokey talking about, well, I'm done with smoking this weed. I'm done with all this.
I was just bullshitting, and you know
just what a great movie. Like, again, the relatability, the cast of characters, everybody played their role to perfection. The pacing of the movie, it's just like, this is a perfect, feel-good, fun movie. And it's why, to this day, there's been a lot of movies over the years, and I don't think anything has been able to replicate Friday. Just nothing. I don't think anything has been able to replicate it because it's on its own. It's its own thing, man. Like, all the jokes, the quotes in this movie that people still say 30 years later is insane. From the bar Felicia to you got knocked the fuck out. I be having mind control over Debo. He be telling me shut up. I'll be quiet. But when he leave, I'll be talking again he gonna cry in the car. Like, just all these goddamn quotes, bro, that we still use today, man. Just the genius of this goddamn movie. The story is simple, yet you're able to find a way to create drama and make it an adventure of this one random Friday in the hood. It's so 90s, yet it's timeless. The music, the clothes, the vibes, the comedy, the jokes. Oh my God. Just everything about it is simply a perfect hood movie. Cause I'm black, y'all. Cause I'm black, y'all. Cause I'm black and I'm black and I'm black, y'all. Now, yo, cause I'm black and I'm back.
You got knocked the fuck